in Zurichsee Connections. Here we are in Seffel, in between Duforstrasse and Hochgasse. There is a beautiful coffee place. Everybody must come and have a look. Sitting next to me is Marilu. Marilu is a 35 coach. Today we're going to talk about coaching. I would like her to explain a little bit about what she does, and now you understand why we want to have her in our platform. Marilu, you are an international certified coach, and you're specialized in burnout.
Yes.
Why?
About 10 years ago, I suffered from my own burnout. And with the help of medication and doctors, I recovered. It took me about 1.5 years. And then I thought, okay, I can go back to life and work as usual. But that was very wrong, because about 5 years ago, during a meeting on Monday morning, I suddenly felt the bottom half of my face go numb. And I decided then, it was my second burnout, and I decided then that I really needed to figure out what was going on and how I could help myself. And I worked on that very deeply for a long time.
And what did you learn in that process?
I learned that even though doctors and medication help, that I really needed to come to my own conclusions about how to keep myself healthy. And I also decided that I wanted to really understand this phenomenon at a really very deep level. So I spent a lot of time and energy figuring out what actually happens and how it can be prevented mainly, and if somebody's already had a burnout, how they can recover.
And do you think everybody experiences burnout the same?
Well, there's some things that must be similar, or else we wouldn't be able to call it a burnout. There are specific symptoms that people have that they can become aware of. But I think that everybody, just like with everything else, with love, with art, with reading, everything, they have their own experiences. So it's important that they start to understand what's happening to them personally.
And you say in your program, in your methods, that there are 11 phases in burnout. So once you recognize those 11 phases, how did it help you?
During the process of trying to really understand what was happening and why I had suffered from 2 burnouts, I identified 11 phases. Some of them happen before a burnout, and some of them happen during, and some of them happen after. And when I started to discover these phases, I also developed coaching techniques that can serve as interventions during these phases, so that when people recognize that something's actually happening, they can prevent it or they can recover faster. There is a stage where doctors need to be involved, but the best thing is to figure out when something's starting to happen and stop it from really happening.
Thank you, Marilu. I think we are going to have a conference. Zurichsee Connections will definitely organize a conference workshop. We'll work into that probably after the summer.
That'd be great.
I hope many members can join us. I think it's a very interesting subject. Applies to everybody,
yes.
Men, women, children.
Yes.
We cannot work that hard, I agree. So in order to prevent that, I think we definitely need to listen to you.
Good. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being part of Zurichsee Connection. Thank you. Bye-bye.